setting aside the fact that here in California, my vote wouldn't have tipped the scale for Kamala, I really didn't go into this election with a big desire to vote. And this is antithetical to a lot of Americans thinking. They're like, how can you talk so much about politics and not vote? Don't you care? I mean, yes, I do. It's like little Timmy. Mommy and Daddy taught me that I have to vote so I can be better at democracy. Yesterday I counted all the way up to 6. Now, look, I'm not trying to say voting is stupid. You should vote if there's something at stake for you, honestly, really. But if your mission is to resolve political division, legitimately resolve it, through discourse, reasoning, dialectics of some sort, whatever, interesting thing about voting is that voting, its use in democracy is to avoid having to do any of that other stuff, right? You know, it's not agree to disagree, it's just disagree. Only disagree, because you can just vote. You know, you don't have to talk about anything, solve anything, dig into the gritty nitties on truth. You can just vote. Voting is society's last resort answer to society's inability to resolve philosophical disputes. And that's really how liberal democracy works in general. You don't have to answer cultural questions, right? You just, so long as there's mechanisms in place whereby people can make decisions determining their government, you don't need dialectics because solutions don't matter. Action matters. And so long as action is allowed to take place because all of the relevant structures and institutions are upheld, the rules of procedure are upheld, power is transferred, checks and balances and all that, everything continues to work. Okay, I mean, society still changes, but nobody has to change their mind, right? This gets into the whole political theory of agonism, or agonistic pluralism, which Chantal Mouffe writes about, which I've read about. And the idea there is that democracy is meant to be pluralistic. It isn't meant to resolve differences between antagonistic value systems, but integrate them within itself in such a way where the conflicting values become reconceived as reasonable adversaries rather than belligerent enemies. You know? A kind of more polite democracy, if you will, I guess. Now, American democracy certainly seems antagonistic, right? So it doesn't sit quite right, but what's interesting about that idea, it cements the idea that democracy isn't about resolving political division, merely managing political division. Okay, solving conflict in some way is outside the realm of democracy. Okay, let's just disagree forever because we can vote, right? What's funny, what follows from that is voting, which merely, you know, maintains this equilibrium between conflicting value systems, actually resolving differences between conflicting value systems of the left and right, is actually anti-democracy. Isn't that funny? Ending conflict is ending democracy, because democracy isn't about ending conflict. Ending conflict between the left and right would be ending America. And we wouldn't want that, would we? So that's why I didn't vote.